Hello and welcome to a Arena Direct here on Magic Arena. These are very expensive formats, but they do have promises of paying out in physical product. So we can turn our 8,000 gems, which is ridiculous, by the way, into maybe a booster box. Who knows? But we get two losses, and it has to have 7 wins. That's an incredibly difficult threshold to reach. I can't say that I recommend doing this, and I might only do it once or twice. We'll see how we do. But this seems like the kind of format that I thrive in, so I'm kind of excited to try it at least once. Got some reasonable stakes. These are retailing for, I eyeballed it. Looks like you can probably pick one up for like 430, somewhere between that and $500. So the cost of entry being what, $40, give or take, because gems are uh, expensive. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short is maybe don't do what I do if you're expecting to try to preserve your gems and win games, draft and stuff. But I'm gonna do at least one. Oh, it hurts. Hurts a lot. Oh, just seeing the number go down. All right. We opened some interesting rares. I think the Beifong Bounty Hunter is quite solid. Katara, she can be all right, but I wouldn't say I would start with her as like a game plan. Unagi, very solid card. Great Divide Captain, or Guide rather. Very good for the fixing. And then I've seen this guy be good, but I don't think he's particularly great. He's just fine. I mean, you'll play him in your deck, and if you can get a couple of your creatures to be bigger, that's probably enough. And then I've not gotten a chance to draft with this guy yet. I've seen it go by, but I was like a Lessons deck or something, so he seems like decent value. So hopefully our pool is a little bit deeper than our rares, but anyways, so starting off, I'm just going to quickly pull out all of our different. So what is new? There we go. Oh, eyeballing it, our white is effectively, two Lotus. Our white is unplayable, and that's actually kind of a good thing. Like if we just look at what we've got, not having a color do much means other colors do stuff. And now 3 accumulate wisdom, that's going to be really good. But other than that, our blue looks fairly dry. And if we look at the multicolored cards, that would agree. So that is interesting. We'll see what if that turns into anything. Like Unagi is good, and the accumulate wisdom is also very good. But I guess the fortune teller is all right. Black, we have. I guess this card probably gets a lot better in sealed. It would be my guess, but I'm still not excited about the prospect. Otherwise, downfall is good. Does this get it better? No, not really. It's interesting that you can target. Actually, I've never thought about targeting an opponent's creature, so that could be kind of spicy. Peddler's just okay. Um, eh. Low league, Cat Gator. Okay, well, red seems to maybe be like all of these have barely one row if we're looking at it like that, and red has at least more than one row. But it's got Bash, it's got Twin Blades, Tylee, Cadets, Firebending Lesson. That's not terrible. And then green has the Divide Guide. I think the Seismic Sense is all right. True Ancestry is decent. Metal Mending could be better. Hard to say. So, just eyeballing what we've gotten so far, we're probably going to have to go a little deep in this. So let's just see what our fixing looks like. That's kind of how I think like to start things off. So we've got here. It's like, why did they add planes? Fixing, other than that, we have a cycle, a divide guide. I'm not gonna count the seismic sense, but I will count the ostrich horse. And that's kind of it. So it's not bad. For fixing. Looks like we have green and then white blue and white black. So white mana we might just get for free. So if we want to play something like the Sun Warriors, we might just get that for free. But we'll see what else we have here. What about the land cyclers? I guess those might be better in this format. I've not really thought about it too deeply, but that could be a thing. Double crawler, double troop, double. No, I thought I saw one lion. And that's it for that. Okay, so what are our best cards? First off, I think if we're gonna talk about our best cards, and this is all under the assumption that I mean, eyeballing it, I don't see two colors that form a coherent game plan. I mean, Dai Li plus the Beifong Bounty Hunters is good, but I don't know if how that looks exactly. Seems just okay. So our best stuff is definitely going to be the Wisdoms, the Unagi, the Firebending Lesson. Double Air Temple is kind of nice. It's like our best spell slash removal. Kind of a mediocre one, but it could be alright. Twin Blades can steal games very easily. Our removal of Boomy Bash. We have a Downfall. Lo and Lee. If we happen to have any nobles, I didn't see any. I think there might be just like Ty Lee. And that's probably not good enough. I think she's fine, but like, or rather, she's a decent creature, but I don't think she spells what we want necessarily. Okay, then the double Beifong, the Bounty Hunter, is very good. Double Swift, double Swarm, whatever. The Administrator is all right. Has his flaws, but he's okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, eyeballing it, no prevailing strategy seems like it's gonna be best. So I'm gonna probably reorganize this real quick. Well, quick for you, not for me. Into like color piles, just to get a second look at the playables. All right, here's pretty much every card we've actually. I think it is actually every card. Every card we pulled. None of them felt stone unplayable. Some are less good than others, but none of them were like the so. None of them were like the constructed only card type stuff. Definitely some are a lot better than others, but I guess this guy is a 4/2 that if you need to, it's like okay. It trades down quite a bit, but you do maybe get the clue with it, so it's not horrendous. I mean, it's not very good. I don't want to. It's not like a. It will attack for 4 damage. That is what's good about it. I'm not gonna explain for every card, but yeah. Katara is kind of situational. So just looking at this, like our black feels very mediocre. Like we have the one downfall and the two. What are they at? The Dai Li agent or the Beifong bounty hunter. So like that is a good thing, and that is something we would maybe consider splashing. We do have a black land, a blast and jelly, and a rumble arena. So like maybe actually. So that's one thing we could maybe do is like a green something, maybe like blue, green, splash, black, for the bounty hunter, and then we would get Beifong or that's our Unagi, the accumulate wisdoms and stuff. Um, I also was gonna completely discount our white and red cards, but I mean, looking at it again, like the White Lotus and the Southern Air Temples, it's kind of a fun little combo. I don't think we have enough to make it work necessarily, but it didn't stand out as completely unplayable. I don't think white would pair with any other color well. So it's like white red would be maybe what we would do here. And I put the colors that are multicolored that I probably would play if I was playing that color. Like I'm probably not playing. Well, I guess he could go either way. Like there is a red black or red white aggro list here for sure. I might put that together and see what it looks like. Hard to say, but yeah, our black just. I mean, how many nobles did we end up with? One noble. So I mean, Lo and Lee only getting Ty Lee. That's not very good. This card's not very good either. It's like cards we would actually play is this. So consider that one of these guys. Beifong, Downfall, and Dai Li. And then I guess the administrator is like on the maybe splash pile, but probably not. We'll see. So that simplifies things a little bit, and I think knowing that, um, I might. There's a world where I would splash this in a non-red white aggro deck. Decently strong card. Much better in sealed as well. Something like Vindictive Warden also counts for that. I think I mean, we have two white lands, white blue and white black. So if we were playing like four colors, theoretically that might work. But yeah, our blue is kind of weak. I won't lie. Like the Master Paku, probably not going to be very good. The Penguin, it's just filler. Same with the Leapers and stuff. Though probably gets a little bit better in Seal. Just flyers tend to win games when you're like out of action, one way and the other. Yeah, we'll think on this for a second here. All right, I pulled out our lessons into one. Oh, that's not a lesson. So we do probably have enough to make this accumulate wisdom work. We have one over here, but that's probably not going in the same deck. I just can't, I mean, I don't really see a blue-red deck existing, even though we have these double swarm. It just feels, well, thinking, yeah, I don't really know. That doesn't seem particularly strong to me. I'm not sure if I would splash this, but, maybe if I was playing red for another reason. Um, I mean, our green does seem like our best color, like as far as like creature is concerned. Like it's got twos, threes, fours, fives. It's got a decent curve of creatures. Our blue probably has our best spells, and Unagi is very good, right? Um, so if we're blue green, splashing for Beifong's Bounty Hunter and Dai Li Agent maybe, or we're blue green, splashing red for Firebending Lesson and the two flyers. That could be a thing. That might just be better, honestly, because that would give us access to the Firebending Lesson, and then two flyers that actually seem like they would stand to be quite large. If we play Bash, we would play. Probably maybe not Cunning Maneuver, but we would see. We have the Blasting Jelly to help fix a little bit, and then green also has. I don't know if I play the Pillar Launch. The Divide, the Ostrich Horse to help find lands, and then the Cycle. So that's kind of our options. I guess Seismic Sense does fix, but not early in a sense. So, hmm. Okay. I think having looked at this a bit more, I can probably confidently cut like the Sandbenders thing. Katara, does she look like she's very good? Doesn't seem like we're on the ally game plan in pretty much any of these lists. Yeah, I mean Sun Warriors is kind of nice, but yeah, sorry Katara. Then Uncle Iroh, I mean, he'll fit as a double green creature just fine. Um, then we would consider splashing this stuff maybe. Would I splash red and white? I mean, I have white, white, white. So white, and if I'm playing black, it would be free. Kind of a free splash, like one swamp would get us Beifong Bounty Hunter, Dai Li Agents with swamp, 2, 3, 4 sources of black, and then 5 with this. So 6, so pretty easy to get that going. Yeah, let's build the two decks, the kind of the greedy green based multicolored list, and then also that white red aggro kind of a thing. So we'll build the more greedy deck real quick. See what I like. See how close we are. Okay, here's the layout with kind of just the creatures where they lie and the spells, as they were. So our curve would be mostly early blue and then green. And then we'd have like a couple pips for these black, red, white spells. Sun Warriors might not be worth the splash. But again, it might be just so free I should do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna go down the route of as greedy as I can be. And we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I think that's probably the spells that we would play. maybe a little questionable on the Lost Days, but the Booming Bash is probably like our removal otherwise it's a little light, so that's kind of why I'm like I should probably be playing at least 3 pieces here. Um, more would be better, but like that's kind of removal sometimes, so it's removal slash tricks is probably fine. And now we're at a grand total of 20 creatures and 12 non-creatures, so plus minus one on that. So the Sun Warrior splash would be effectively free. You would play one mountain, so it's not actually technically free. Or one plains maybe. Honestly, I don't even know if I would do that because we'd have white, blue, white, green, and the arena. So like we probably would be fine to not to do that. We just would have a little awkwardness with the cycle, and I think that's okay. I do think that that would be okay because we would have one sorry one what was it two 3 4 I'll count those sort of a way to do it 4 uh, 5 6 ways of getting the white for free 7 ways, so that's definitely enough. So he probably earns a spot just fine. The question is, do I end up playing these black spells? On the same front, I have the black here. I could play this over a swamp. And maybe just run one swamp, so it would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So definitely enough ways to cast it. Maybe the Daily Agent would be weaker than the Bayfong Bounty Hunter, so we maybe cut that one. It does have a powerful attack, but it is 5 mana. Maybe we would play it over the Badgermole. I guess point is, it's either that, we're kind of keeping this top end stuff, and maybe cutting like, maybe like a little bit, or we're cutting some of these early things. Just the question is, how far behind can I get? How greedy should I be? That's kind of where we're at. Okay, so this is basically what I went with. I cut the Daily Agents. I think that's just the weaker one. I cut it Ruffian. I cut the early stuff. I kind of split the difference and just assumed that my Ostrich Horse kind of acts some of that way. We also have a Firebending lesson, which can kind of answer some of the early things, so I don't feel super like naked on the front end. So let's get these lands in here and finish this real quick. Okay, so this is our what we are going with. I think maybe we go down to just one island, though that feels a little pretty. So that would be 2, 3, 4 blue, 5 blue, 6 blue, 7 blue, 8 blue. It's a little light technically, but either that or I guess maybe yeah. Maybe we end up like this instead. 3, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say these 3 together is definitely one mountain, so 5, 6-ish red, and that's fine for a Bash and a Sun Warriors, and the Plains comes in for free. So I think this is what I would run. That emphasizes on having early green, plus we have a Sabertooth, so it's a 16 land deck with a Sabertooth as well as some of these early things, so maybe that's what we would do. It is actually a fairly high CMC, so maybe we would still want that 17th, but I think it behooves us to be a little greedy here. So I'm going to build this, take a quick screen cap, and then build that red-white aggro deck. See what it looks like. Oh, baby, look at that curve. Yeah, that's quite the aggro deck. Maybe not. Okay, here's kind of a red-blue deck, which I thought might have a leg or two, but it seems like we're a little bit shy on this one as well. Like, technically, but that's doesn't seem particularly strong. I guess how many lessons do we have? 5 lessons. And only 10 spells. Yeah, none of these seem stronger, so I'm going to take one more look at our original deck list and see. what we got. And I always like to build one deck that I think I'm going to go with first, or at least that I want to look at the most. So we've got this list. Do I want to make any changes? Am I not playing anything that's strong? I guess one way to look is show me the rares. We're not playing the Diligent Zookeeper, which would go good with the horses, the swarms, and the Unagi, the lion, and the Flopsy. So that is, that wasn't a zero amount of things. Is that stronger than like a bounty hunter or a bash? Might be stronger than Iroh, actually. Iroh is just okay in our deck. He's nothing to write home about. Like all of our lessons already are only like 2 mana, so it's really not doing much besides being a 4/2, which is not nothing. All right, let's take a look at our uncommons. We're not playing Paku, and then we're playing pretty much every other one that we could play in our colors. We could maybe splash for the downfall, and maybe that's better than the bash. Actually, I think that might be correct. Yeah. Because I'm already playing black, and we have access to 5, 6, and 7 sources of black mana. Not even counting the horses, so 7, 8-ish sources to get that for a downfall, which will actually do probably a bit more than the bash. It's cheaper, though admittedly the Boomy Bash does destroy like the rare lands, so take that for what it's worth. Yeah, I don't think we're missing anything too critical. Like the Daily Agents would be nice. Technically we could play the Administrator, but I'd have to take out like a Lion Cub or something in its place. I think I'm okay with this. So my phone fell down. Anyways, I will see y'all back for round number 1. Alright, friends, we have found an opponent. I will say I won't narrate this as strong just because of how expensive this format is, so I'm going to focus on gameplay. I'll try to narrate as I go, but I certainly don't want that to be a reason I lose. This hand seems very nice. Got the Barrows of Blasting Jelly and 3 lands, so I could go Blasting Jelly, Fortune Teller, and then turn 3 have 2 mana Crack the Clue. They led with a Swamp. They did not mulligan. If they Daily Agents turn 1, I actually think I'm supposed to just play Blasting Jelly here. Our hand doesn't exactly function if they kill that. Swamp, swamp. And also, given how expensive this, I might just go into full control mode a lot when I have open mana. The Water Tribe Captain, so white-black. Normally that's sacrifice, or at least that kind of value. So not having like a Poxbear or something like that on turn 1 or 2 seems good for me. I think I'd rather play the 3/1 to block. Oh, guess we got a 4/2. Would have liked to draw one of those, but that's okay. If I draw untapped now, I get to play Diligent Zookeeper, and the horse is a 6/4, which is kind of massive, honestly. Fire Nation Trebuchet. Okay. It is a good card. We have 1 black mana. There's no tricks for 1 black mana, not that I know of. Yeah, I think we play the tap land, plant a cycle of renewal. If I attack, they attack back for a lot more, so it doesn't seem worth it. Beetle-headed merchants. 5/4. That's good value with the trebuchet. So options to cycle of renewal or to draw a card. If I cycle, do I grab... What lands would I grab? Swamp? Mountain, I guess? I have double blue. I have already double blue, and that's my only double colored spell. Or at least that's... Well, okay. So now... Can Ostrich and attack as a 6/4? I have a 4/4 blocker. The Beetle gets to attack, draw them a card. And they can pump if they would like. I could double block. I could Flopsy. I guess either way, whatever I do, I have two options to spend all of my mana. And this only spends 5 of my 6 mana. That would be strong, but it wouldn't be game-breaking, and I can still shoot that next turn if that's what they choose to do. Let's start off by scrying, if that'll change an opinion. I do like that, so we will be content. I could draw that and exile the merchant, but I don't actually think I'm that concerned about it. Yeah. We'll see what they do. But that felt like the stronger play. Playing Flopsy, getting to attack as a 7/7 and a 7/5. Doubled up with a Zookeeper. And if they Iroh or they Ozai's Lessons or Cruelty, whatever the discard 2 card is, I'm still drawing the downfall. Again, I just don't take that card seriously. The merchant, that is. Momo. They can put a counter, they can sack the Momo token or to do something. Put a counter on the Beetle-headed merchant. Scry 2. I could triple block, and then if they had a Azula Always Lies, that would make it an 8/7, and it would make one of my things small, but that would still have enough power. If they use 2 removal spells, then they would eat the third. I think I'm okay to just take the damage here. No blocks. Serum Madam. No pump. Phoenix Blake Shipment. That is a good card. Very good card. So they will be able to... Well, actually... I'm going to have to think about that one a little bit, huh? So I can attack them for 14. That would be pretty nice. However, on the flip side, they would get to attack... Say they play a creature, they crew, that's 8, 10, 12 damage in the air. This does seem like a crux point, so I think should have been okay with the trade last turn. Now I'm in a position where I have to plan to shoot one of these with this, or I just lose. I guess it would require them. That would be kind of crazy, I think. That tells me that they probably don't have a good follow-up. So if they want to get a second copy, they're going to have to double blocking, because if they kill Zookeeper, then I don't just get totally blown out. If they just pump, they hit me for 5. If they pump and have 2 mana interaction, that would be good. Azula Always Lies would be good here. Swap 2 trades for the thing. Okay. Okay. I don't love my ordering, but Divide Guide, not a bad draw here, actually. So I think I play this guy, plan to crack a clue. And if they attack with the Water Tribe Captain, I might just chump. We'll see. I'm at 7 life, so I kind of have to be aware of that. I guess if they use Kill Spell first, then I'd have to float the mana, which obviously would be ideal for them. I think if they had removal, they would have used it that turn. If they have removal, I'm not just dead. I think I would shoot the captain then. Well, Yeah, I don't know. One of those two for sure. Cheap creature plus double attack would be kind of annoying. Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess I should have done that in response, but I actually know that that's not something that I was able to do. I shoot this, then if they play any creature, I lose. I guess at this point, I'm in the situation where any creature and I lose, right? Because now they can get double flyer. They just eat. Fine, they take 10, they go to 1. This does force them to block. Go take 6. Does that even matter? Honestly, not really. Basically, that sticks around, that sticks around. Yeah. It would trade for it cleanly, but so 6, and then next turn. Again, if they can crew it, I lose. I think that's where we're at, so kind of just okay with this. Can't really see a situation where it would make sense to play. Yeah. Oh, I was like, why did that not go back? And this is going to come down to this. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe there was a line where I was supposed to just attack and let them block with the 3/3. Oh, baby. Let's go. That was very close. Oh, shoot. Well, I've been going this whole game without it. This is middle of the next game. Kind of in a weird position for sure. They had an early protester with Haru and the patrol, so they've been kind of going aggro. We're hanging on for dear life. If I Flopsy? Okay, first off, they have 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. If they didn't block, it has to be lethal is the thing. So it would be 6, 13, 19, so it would not be lethal. Though this time I do probably attack. I actually think we're okay. Go Flopsy, put a counter on everything. Attack with 2 guys. Tap 1, and then they can attack for less than lethal. They probably don't have enough mana to do everything. Good old Flopsy. I mean, it's a lot of power on my side of the board. The fact that they didn't follow Wartime Protesters with much more than a Teo is good. Okay. Haru does make me feel a lot better. Okay. I might be forced to accumulate wisdom by itself. It depends on what they have, of course. Okay. Get me down 4 to 9. Have 3 blockers. Not an ally. They've land? That is what they have. I guess they were considering whether or not they should. Well, if I attack with Flopsy, it would be kind of spicy. So they can do the trick where they tap one of my guys too. I mean, I do get to play the Moose Lion this turn. I think that's probably going to be better. We'll go to combat, kind of force them to make that choice right away. They get to tap the Ostrich Horse. I think that doesn't matter too much. I think I'd rather... I'll try trade-off Flopsy. Fair enough. They have to aggressively tap my reach creature. Okay. They actually somehow don't have any lessons. Kind of crazy. They can hit me for 4 here if they want. Down to 5. Then they would have 2 blockers. I mean, I do kind of need to deal with this Snow Patrol. This patrol guy. I think there's enough chance that I draw something. Pretty good here. We draw what a... At 2 mana, we could just get another Accumulated Wisdom. We could get an Epic Downfall. Bring down their Teo to bring down their North Pole Patrol. Good Seismic Sense. The question is... I've got a lot of good cards left. A Firebending Lesson would be nice. Obviously not like right away, but it would be fine. I think we just grab red, blue. Okay, well, good set of cards, but so the problem I'm facing right now is if I attack, they can just take it, and then they swing back with all of their creatures. If I attack with this, they can just take it, and then they tap this, and they attack with 1, 2, 3, 4. Block this, take almost lethal. It taps this or whatever. I block here, I take 2, 5, 7 damage. That's not lethal, and they would have to draw something, so I think I'd rather be in a position where I can win than necessarily in a position where I lose slower. Puts them in an awkward spot. They could block with the... I mean, if they block with the Protester, I'd kill that. If they block with the Glider, obviously we would kill the Flyer. If we could. I'm actually not sure. Their game plan is stronger than ours at the moment. Yeah. Another tap land. If it was untapped, that would not have actually made a big difference. Fair enough. They lose a land. They're down to 7, so they have to be a little careful with how they tap and attack. If they leave only 1 blocker for 2 6-power creatures, they would lose. Very much depends on what they drew. Pump spell plus tapping my creatures? Fight spell? Ally power nonsense? Okay. Tap my last creature? Yeah. Fair enough. They figured out the line. Dang. I think the risk of drawing or like maybe I'm just supposed to accumulate wisdom and just be careful or grateful that I get to look at 3 cards. Yeah. I don't know. Very close game. Kind of needed to be a cheap interaction. And sometimes you can't play around that stuff, so that's maybe the thing I want to emphasize. Well, that sucks. We went 1 and 2. We lost $40. Yikes. But I think the deck was okay for not opening anything too busted. Like our synergies were just very disjointed. I mean, we ended up playing against a lot of flyers, so maybe that would have been better. Maybe I could have gone for maybe a trick that gives reach. It doesn't seem very good. I mean, this is all in like past tense, so maybe I should have gone more like that. You know what I mean? Go for a less optimal but more castable. Yeah, the deck weakness being flyers was tough. I don't think we would have worked out better though. Oh well, that is how the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna post this anyway. Sorry about the little snafu at the starting of the game. The hand was okay. I think it had some early stuff, and they didn't come out, or they came out kind of strong with the Haru, the North Pole Patrol, and then the protesters into Teo. Like that was a very strong curve, and that was hard to beat. But we're gonna run another one through this. I think this same video, and then that might just be all we do for this. If we scrub out twice, that probably is it. All right, I had to step away for a little while. It is now dark, which I mean it's only 5 p.m. So this is like kind of crazy. Let's do it again. Yep. I mean, hey, I'm here for the dream, you know? What do we get? Earth King, Bossing Save, very good. Azula, very good. Very good, very good, very good. You're kind of weak. Yeah. What is this one? This is the Lessons or Allies? No, this is it's only cast allies and it makes allies. So, you know, not too bad. Got some spice this time. Eyeballing it, our white isn't too crazy. I do like the path. The Ascension's nice. Just pull out the cards. We'll try it a different way this go around. I mean, these guys are fine, but they're just... Yeah, I'm going to pull out all the different cards for each color and talk about what I like. Okay, I'm leaving some cards up here, but we've got all of these. I think the things I've noticed, my black is good. Like, we have this Azula. Black seems like it would be a good support color. Red, I mean, Firebending Lesson is good, but then after that it kind of dries up. I guess Jet's really good. And then the rest of this is just kind of filler level. I do like the Archers. I imagine that's going to be fairly decent. And this guy, I think it's a lot better in... Is that even true? I don't know. Probably not. So it's like, Jet, it would be a white card for me, and then maybe we would be splashing the Firebending Lesson. And then, looks like after that, these would be a black card, these would be black or green. Joe. Undetermined, but probably not this stuff. Oh, Wartime Protester, that's a good card too. So we'll have to see, I guess. See what red ends up being. The whites, I mean, I like what some of the stuff is going on, like the Enthusiasts with the reinforcements is quite nice. Airbenders Ascension is a card I like quite a bit too. depending on ETBs. Like imagine you get to airbend a jet each turn. Like that's kind of really powerful. And then we've got some decent tricks. Like white seems fine, so maybe we're like white black. It just depends, honestly. We'll see. The Earth King is really strong, as noted during the packs. Also, we have a Bossing Say, which I did not pull out. There it is. So if we're talking the things that I'm excited to do in green, it's like probably not the I think that's the only shrine I have, and that doesn't seem very good. Yeah. Boomy's kind of nice. I'm not getting out of bed for the otter or whatever it is. Sorry, the badger mole. Sentries is just alright too. Seismic Sense and Metal Bending, technically a little bit better. The Ruffians exist too. Um, so that's the exciting things if we're playing, like, distilling green down to its core. If we look at blue, Watery Grasp, the Merchant, Teo, and then maybe Accumulate Wisdom. Double Essence is nothing to scuff at either. Like, the ability to maybe get Azula going could be really nice. Maybe like blue-black splashing red for the Protester, but then we probably, I mean, those cards colors not necessarily known to be there to be um particularly ally friend or heavy. I guess Teo is the ally, but yeah. So white would be a good base, but does it pair well with anything? I mean, it might pair well with blue. We have the Air Nomad Legacy. The Thinker. This pool, I will say, from our last one, feels a lot like as far as base level strength. I think it's a lot stronger. Okay, so did some tinkering and toyed with the idea of like a white black list splashing the Azula and the Mechanist. Um, yeah, this to splash maybe the Earth King. He's very good, but yeah, Earth King and Bossing Say could be worth splashing too. And then depending on the lessons, maybe Boomy, but probably not the rest. And with that, we've got the Swamp, which is not as much, but still probably close. Jet gets a little awkward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 creatures. Yeah, that's not astounding. So we probably have to play some stuff. Whereas, I guess, let me double check the other green I've got. Basically, not nothing, but not nothing to get riled up on. Like, the Rebuke is, like, they're fine. So, I don't think I'd splash Boomy, but, I mean, this guy's kind of nice. And I don't think I'd splash Earth King or Bossing Say by themselves, but this Swamp Bottom, or Bottom Swamp, plus the Rumble Arenas kind of make me interested. Is there a world where I do all of these things? I guess let's just. I do like my blue. I don't want to get that wrong. I think those cards are nice. This has me at 30 cards with a lot of tap lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 24 cards with an Aang's Journey. It's 14 and 10. So we're like white black, playing some synergies. Oh, the Vindictive Warden is certainly Maybe not the most strong thing, but I don't know. Azula's pretty good. Like our interaction feels nice. Our tricks feel interesting. Jet's a little sus, but I mean, this makes sense to me. We get to splash for it via some good lands. Like, I mean, Bossing Say is incredibly powerful. With Blasting Jelly, a Journey. So if we play one of each, we would have a decent set of mana. Don't need to play the red green or the blue red. I mean, that would almost be worth it because that would actually be. Yeah, I think we could play the airship and then. So the airship is a blue land, so we'd play one island for sure. So there'd be one, two, three, four, five, six, seven blue, seven-ish blue, seven plus blue, for one, two spells, and one of our blue sources also is a black land essentially. Is is partially a black and partially a white land. And then we have so okay, the most important colors is white and black in this sort of a thing. Like plan for your main things first and then go from there. So four, five, um, this counts as white, I would say. It probably doesn't count as black, but all of my white things are allies. So let's say that this guy is white but not black, and this guy is both but not ideal, right? And maybe there's a world where I play the basics over the Rumble arena. We'll see. Because we'd have to make one cut. We get to splash our rares in green. We get to splash our rares in blue. And then we get to play kind of the. Because, I mean, otherwise, our blue is fine. Like, Teo's pretty good. Honestly, might be worth running still. Like, even on the splash. Um, our black, are we missing anything? I mean, I could maybe play in theory that, but it just doesn't seem worth it. If we want a lesson, we could have one, but we get to play the tricks, value. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of interaction. I mean it's a very interesting deck. Got a lot of game. Yeah, I don't know if I didn't have all of these pieces. Like this is also a green land. In fact, maybe I don't play the journey. We don't play the forest. Let me think about that for a second. All right, I looked at it again, and I actually just cut two of these wardens, rather than trying to cut any of these spells because they all seem pretty good. Maybe I could get away with like one of these two being lost, but we also don't have any synergies for lessons specifically. Let me double check that assumption. Yeah, no specific lesson synergy. We like ETBs. These are good. This guy's no. Earth Kings would have good ETB. Is it legendary? No. That's crazy actually. That seems like it would be a legendary token. Yeah, we have crazy ETBs. So this Airbender Ascension, uh, even if it misses, like you draw it late, you get to airbend a creature. And imagine you just airbend Jets. Craziness. I mean, that's like probably a winning line regardless. All right, our lands probably is pretty good. Let's just optimize it a little bit more. So we have, I probably want to be playing 8 black sources. Less than that would be a little tough to get double black for Azula, but probably get by with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 if you're not counting the Rumble arenas, which I think I will. Yeah, I think we can count that as hits. We might not be playing the basic forest, in which case we might not be playing the Aang's Journey. But that's still questionable. It's probably still worth it. I guess what would I run over it? This is 17 land still. Size makes sense. Um, Actually, you know what? I kind of want to play the Sandbender Storm. Well, could do a Ruffian, could do a 2/5, could do a Flyer, could make a Boomy. I guess let's double check any rares that I'm not playing. Very much that's okay. Kind of interesting here, actually. I definitely would have enough, but yeah. Wartime Protester. How many allies do I actually have? 9? One of that, and then double Rumble Arena, and then that. So that's also that also can cast the Protester. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red sources for free. Okay, that would be a little crazy, I feel like. uh yeah, that's what I would do. Maybe I would play this guy over the Journey. Uh-oh, I don't what did it change? And then we just have the caveat that we can't get the basic mountain for the Protester. That's actually probably fine. Taking a look at it one more time. Our curve is a brick, but that's fine. Our spells are cheaper than they are expensive, which is good. Um, I don't even know if I play this basic forest, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a bossing say. That's a close one, isn't it? 4, 5, 6, a half, 7. I think we go one more planes. And maybe we cut that and we just play the. We end up playing the Aang's Journey anyways. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. The island feels like it would be very good to get out. I could not play Teo. If I don't play Teo, maybe I play this firebending lesson. That doesn't seem worth it. I could play the Omashu City as red-green over an island, or rather over a swamp. I think we're getting a little too deep, but I think it's okay. The lessons that we want to play aren't too many. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'll get the basic force in there. I think this is good. I'm gonna take a quick screen cap because some decks it doesn't matter, but in any deck where you have fetchables and stuff, it's always nice to have it pulled up next to you. All right, just eyeballing. If there's any world where I should be playing a more aggressive deck, so let's build that real quick. Okay, something like this. That it would have 17 creatures, 7 non-creatures with a boomerang, which would be nice. We would have May with double strike, though not a ton of ways to pop her off, but a couple. Kind of a top end, but nothing too fantastic. And then lessons wise, we'd only have 3 lessons, so the cadet does not get firebending too very often. Play a little bit more there. All right, I'm gonna double check one more color pair. And then if I wanted to build like a more streamlined, like kind of getting not as deep as the other um, deck, like just blue black control with wisdoms and waterbending lessons and journeys and whatnot. This one doesn't seem terrible, but I think white is probably our strongest support color. Like none of these are broken, but they're all very good, and I think will allow me to tempo opponents and also still have solid game in the late game. So we're gonna discard this and we're gonna go with our original list. We're gonna look at it one more time just to see if there's anything that I missed, but I think this is pretty good. So playing Wartime Protesters off of Rumble Arena and this. So that's access to. No, this is also a mountain for our purposes. I can't get it with Aang's Journey, but I think that's not worth it. I guess if you can't cast this early, is it even worth playing? Probably not. Probably not. So we'll just play something that's a little bit more castable, like maybe a waterbending lesson. Maybe a Boomy. How many lessons is 3? No, sorry, Boomy. Could do a administrator. No. I'm not going to sacrifice a ton. Maybe I just play a Curious Farm Animal. I don't think it's a great card, but it's a creature that can work as an answer to something. To a troublesome permanent. Like any of the Ascensions. Could play a Wandering Musician. I wouldn't say it's the deck for it, but I mean, anyways, just double checking. So Wartime Protester versus Curious Farm Animal. Not a comparison you think would be done very often. But it's like if this is on my splash and I'm not curving into the Protester, is it good enough to play? And I think the answer is it's close, and our fixing kind of works. If we were more green based and got access to Omashu City, then I think the answer would be probably we should just go for it. But I think here I'm content enough to say no. Let's not get too into the weeds. Not enough lessons to consider accumulate wisdom as like a end game thing. I'll probably regret it, but yeah. Anyways, let's jump back in there. Hopefully this time it goes a little bit better for us. All right. Once again, we'll not be talking a ton during these, or at least not trying to talk a ton, just to focus on gameplay. We have white and slow black mana, a blasting jelly, a sold out Fire Nation engineer. Momo, well, that'll deal like 4 damage to me for sure. Do I care? So play that on turn 3. Then turn 4 sold out. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bossing Save will be untapped after I play the Plains. Momo is phrased as leaves battlefield. Oh, well, Suki's a very good card, of course. Zula will be nice. Well, if they can kill my Mechanist, I'm in trouble. I will get to kill Suki here, though. Cat Owl hit me for 2. They're white-blue flyers. I'm gonna be killing their freaking Suki. I mean, I get to Azula later. Actually, this guy's gonna be able to... I guess I was always going to be able to Mechanist the barrels at least, so... I don't like where we're at. It's kind of an interesting question if I... Well, for them, if I would sacrifice the barrels of Blasting Jelly or the Clue. Given our hand and our mana requirements, I'm pretty keen to trade off Clue. Okay, well, they don't actually have any attacks here. Scry 2, okay. So I have access to 5, 6 mana. If I draw a swamp, I'll have double black this turn. Otherwise, I do not have double black. We can cast Jet, which is hilarious, I think. Is there any value in holding on to... Yeah, I can airbend. Yeah, I could airbend him later. If I draw the airbending Ascension, if the Kyoshi or the Glider Staff or airbending lesson. I could attack, and if they block, I'm not in love, so I think we just play Boss and say Kyoshi Warriors and pass. That makes the block here, and they can attack here, but I do get to Jet next turn. And I can Jet for X is 4? Oh, nice. Oh, jeez. Well, fair enough. Crazy. Very powerful card, of course. Take 7. I don't like taking 7, but I kill the Cat Owl, and then they're left with 3 3s and 4 2 2s. And I've got a thing that can block the 2 2 and a thing that could easily trade with the Compassionate Healer. No blocks. Bit awkward, but that will be pretty good too. Nope. Playing Jet in my Azula Bossing Say deck, yeah. We have stabilized, hopefully. That's 6. That's 4. And then I get to put a counter on that guy. Versus, like, Chump. The healer. I mean, this seems fine to me. If they do a trick, it's going to be hard to beat them anyway. United Front. Hell of a Magic card. Sure. Alright, so now I can do this. In Zula, eat something. Yeah, they were saying oops because they didn't like that they lost their thing. So eat a 2/2 and then something happens. Yeah, I like that. But, oh, actually, no, I eat their 3/3. It's non-token. That's crazy. And then they give me a non-land card, so I imagine they airbend that. They could also do that and get me to 2. That seems not wise. I mean, I do actually like that. I guess I could have gotten attacks in first. I don't want to die to just a single removal spell. Yeah, I mean, I could have got in for 4, of course. Lost a little bit of damage. Next turn I can airbend their token. I can airbend Azula again. Now we are in a position... Yeah, I mean... Hopefully that's good enough. We have a flying blocker, we have a lot of ground stuff, we have a good aggressive bit. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, got it. That was close. Black mana for our Fire Nation Engineer, a green mana for bossing, say 5, 6 white sources we could draw super early, like just lands. We also could draw Barrels and Aang's Journey on turns 1 or 2. If they go creature, we're kind of in trouble, but if they don't, and we do draw a white source, we get to go Invasion Reinforcements or Zhangzhang's Deserters, depending on, into Fire Nation Engineer sold out, which seems strong. If we miss on that, on turn 3, we still just cast the Fire Nation Engineer with probably turn 4 sold out / Boss Say activation. The head has it, well, we just do the planes, which is great, but we thought about it. We had a lot of options. They did or they didn't, so. Given the enthusiast, I think we play the deserter here. And if they use removal, we don't care that much. It's not that big of a deal. That is fairly annoying. I can't imagine they block. Get our free counter. We'll have to see what they cast to set up a roadblock as. Okay, they're gonna just get land, and then exile their own things. That's good. Don't get me wrong, that's pretty good. Like a good way of ensuring synergy. I mean, I'm definitely just gonna kill that here. Unless we draw... no. Stop him from getting any additional value. I mean, this Deserter is 4/5. You know, that's actually fairly relevant. They would need the red removal spell for that to matter. If they kill the 2/3, the damage has already been done. That's a very good sign. If I draw a land, I hit 5, I'd definitely just go Enthusiast plus Pursuit. Alright, well that's interesting to do. I mean, Kyoshi Warriors might just be strong enough. I have to think about this one for a second, though. Put him down to 10. 4/5, 2 1/1s, and a Pursuit. Get a Clue. Then next turn, crack Clue, put counters on something, get 3, 4 damage, 8 damage. So if they do nothing, we'd be in a good position. That feels like the same thing as Kyoshi Warriors, just weaker. Go wide a little bit. The next turn I can go Pursuit and then crack the Clue, put a counter on something to maybe make the trade less ideal. If they just have a single removal spell, you know, the Kyoshi Warriors is better in that regard as well. I would have liked to play the Enthusiasts, but I don't think I wanted to do that at the cost of anything else. Bribery? Get Azula? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I don't want to give them a removal spell, so we're just going to 2 creatures. Azula and Kyoshi Warriors, huh? Play the Pursuit, crack the Clue for 1. I could make a creature, attack for 4, 5, 6, 7. They block the 1/1, they block the 2/2. Just attack. And I mean, I have airbending, so I'm like actually nuts. I didn't realize I only had the 1 plane, so I couldn't do that plus 3 reinforcements, but that's still a pretty good trick for next turn. I mean, they're at 6 life. They have 1 attacker, or 1 blocker, rather. I could draw. I'm certainly not gonna block. Oh, as though they had flash. You know what? Today I learned. I mean, would that have changed anything? No, I don't think so. Okay, so we go planes here. We crack crack a clue. Alternatively, we can attack for uh, playing all of my creatures. Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, I'm at 11. If they just block, take that, or block let 1 through, 3 through, it's kind of interesting. I have time to think. This is critical, so I'm going to use my time here. If I attack, they block everything, then nothing happens. But if they let the Avatar Enthusiast and the 1/1 through, and then they double block to kill the the Deserter. Oh. I imagine they would block the Enthusiast here. Also, it was a mistake to tap the white, so I can actually only do one of these things. That's unfortunate. So that means the better route is to play the fancy footwork. If I attack with everything and they block, they don't get a free. They're chumping here and they're trading here. We're going to do this. Eat two things. And then I think we Aang's Journey just to guarantee our life total. Lands past the turn. And now next turn, we'll have a lot of attackers. They're taking, what, like 3 or 4 on board? They do nothing. I guess I should have tapped the Swamp rather than Plains for that exact reason. There's just all of my tricks are whites. Firebending 2. Okay. 4, and then leaves me with block, block, block. Takes 6. Shoot this thing. That would be 5. The question is, can I Bossing Say plus Obsessive Pursuit? Does this sacrifice things? Okay, just sacrifice it specifically. So activate Bossing Say on the swamp. Attack, or crack a clue, attack. I think I'd actually rather crack. Okay, Path to Redemption on their 5/5. Let's go. Because they could block, block, and they take 4. But then they're in a position where they've got literally nothing, so it kind of depends on what was in their hand. And then I'm not dead on the crackback because we have fancy footwork. So it's interesting if I should go for it. I think the answer is no. If they have one red open, I feel like there's no bad position for me, except for the one where I go for it and they have it, and then they can attack back for 6. I guess it wouldn't be lethal, but worth considering. Man, briberies in this format though, that's crazy. Crazy. Overcapitalized. Funny name. Alright, good mana. Good things to jump to June. We have a downfall. So this is decent. We lead off, I think, with the swamp bottom, or bottom swamp. And then maybe we can ambush a 1-power thing. We just play June here. I think I'd rather cast the Earth King on 4. I don't want to trade June for that, so we just played this dude. I don't. That would be a good way to answer the Ruffian, but it's just there's so many more important things to spend this mana on. Traded it for half of a 2-drop. Okay. Four reach relevant blocker here. Normally I would pause out these time skips, but I'm just not going to do that. Don't want anything to mess with my thought process, so. Give me dash on my Bosco. Okay. This would make it a 3/4. Yeah, I think I'm pretty alright with that. 3 cards left. I have 4 cards. 5th land. Does it gain trample? Yeah, it does get trample. Do these 3. I just don't respect this as a card, is maybe what I'm trying to say. And then it's interesting if I play this turn. Yeah, I'll play this. I think it's more important to have the interaction available in case I need it. Because if I miss a land, and it's something that I don't want to downfall, but it dies to 5 damage, I'd want to do that. And also, holding on to the farm animal until they play something that's relevant might be important. Seems like a crazy non-attack, but they probably have a bit of interaction. Crazy, or the Cruel Administrator. I'm inclined to just kill it with the Blasting Jelly, and then maybe see what we draw. Bossing say they haven't played anything yet. I think we do just get rid of the curious farm animals to start making this guy approach his final form. A 2/5 does attack into that guy. Noteworthy. May? A 1/3 double striker, a 4/4. I mean, no blocks, kind sir. They are out of cards. I've got a chump blocker for the double striker. I feel like I'm going to regret this completely, but if they draw land, that's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, and then I chump 2 of it, take 5, they're down to 9. I guess let's just see what we draw first. Or would draw. So we can make a 1/1 to block, 1/1 to block. 2/2 and a 1/1, 3/4, 1/3. I can do this and still make the 2/2, so I think we just do it. Get that guy out of here. Oh, it's only as a sorcery. I'm an idiot. That's a decent little card, but is it worth it here? They don't have the mana to do it at the moment, so... Hit him for 4. I could just offer the trade with June, honestly. I have a single black mana, so this would actually be good to cast my stuff? Sure. Four, 5, 6, 7 mana. That would take 3 mana, 4 mana. I have plenty of time. I'm allowed to think. I go to 6, 5, 4, 3. Two. Could have hit them down to 1. Umi Earthbend 4? Okay. Boy's crazy. Dang, that's crazy. Oh, tense. Very tense. I think I made that a lot closer than it needed to be. What were they splashing black for? The Inspector? That doesn't seem right. There's something else that they were playing black. I guess the Administrator and the Ruffian, but yeah. Boomy was a very good draw. I was trying to think about how I could not lose there. I think we threaded the needle. Turn 2 Deserters into turn 3 Mechanist. Turn 4 maybe Earth King or Kyoshi. This hand seems very good. Seems probably better than I deserve. Plains is not a terrible draw. That does let me cast the Earth King. I think that's worth it. I mean, I would trade 1 for 2 quite often. Now the question will be Earth King versus Kyoshi Warriors. If I draw a non-creature spell, I might be inclined to cast that. Okay. The reinforcements, huh? They want to block with the merchant. They can. Suki. They can block with the merchant and the Callous Inspector. I just have a million white cards in my hand. This probably should grab that. Sure. Give me another Bosco. Fair enough. I can just get rid of Suki here. Yeah, and they're off of it. That's fair. I mean, that was kind of ridiculous, honestly. Scry for land. Hit Epic Downfall on 3. Avatar Enthusiast on 3. Got a lot of good 3s I could hit, and I do get a Scry. I think if this Rumble Arena was something else, like a forest, or like the white-blue duel, or something like that, I would not have kept, but the Scry does make this more palatable. Sorry, Earth King. Sorry, King. Well, if we don't draw anything, we're in trouble, but I suspect we'll be okay. Yeah. Swamp. They don't have the instant speed kill spell. Black ready. Shoot my Avatar Enthusiast. Combustion Technique. That's a good answer for it. Missing black mana. Cast this stuff. I think we just downfall Joe. Seems, well, if we bounce that so we can draw a card, well, that's tough. Combustion, man. Well, I'm glad I saved my interaction. That's pretty good. That was pretty nice. Good card. June. Down June. Both very iconic cards. They are also sitting on, it looks like a fire lessons or whatever they call that. I think I do want a glider staff, Zhao again. Yeah, they definitely have that. Or at least they're very good at faking it. I'm kind of down for them to use their spell here. Really any spell, honestly. Fair enough. Cruel Administrator, you say? Alright, we get to go Blasting Jelly plus Sold Out. Okay. We've delayed them long enough to get to this point, so I'm feeling alright. Obviously, could still go sideways very easily. And we go Fire Nation Engineer onto an open board. And then since the 2/3 blocks this guy, I'm going to do that. Then we just chill. They have Lightning Bolt? That'd be crazy. Block, take 3. I mean, we're at 20 life. I think we're fine. I do have the option to Blasting Jelly something too at this point. Fire Nation Drill, huh? Four or less. Eh? Pretty good. Do I have double block? I think the answer is no. this just says creatures lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So it's not too spooky, and that's going to be like a priority holder for them at this point. Not perfect, but I think it's totally fine. We get to at least shoot one creature. This guy has trample. 3/1, that's a little awkward, but I mean, we're battling best we can here. There you go, end step kill my jets. We're kind of in trouble, I guess. Yeah. Not that we wouldn't be in trouble otherwise, but yeah, they did have the lesson. That's fair. We didn't know. Probably not going to get to play the Pursuit here. Zula would be a pretty good draw. Would she? Yeah, we have the mana for it. Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to get to play the Pursuit here this game anyway. Hebe, sack, Court Official. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. What are we hoping to draw? I mean, Azula would be still pretty good. Does that guy get +1/+1? Oh, whenever you sack. I see. They should have crewed in response, and they would hit you for 7. But we can't. I mean, I guess I can Bossing Say and have 3 2/2s, and then double block, take 4. Chump this guy, take 3. I mean, that's not ideal. Shoot this guy, double block, take 3. 4, 5, 3, 4? Question mark? They put the counters on this guy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I just don't have an option on this thing. That's not true. I definitely do. I have time to think about this. I have Bossing Say, I have Glider Staff, I have Blasting Jelly. Blasting Jelly can shoot the 6/3 trample. I can chump 5/5 that might become a 6/5. They also have Ko, so they have an avenue of sacrificing. 6 toughness over, and then that would be a tapped creature. I can make 3/5. That doesn't seem good either. I think our best game plan here is to just I think I kill the Admiral? I can chump this guy for a while. Yeah, I think so. I think that is the answer. I guess that's like the same thing, no? Like fairly equivalent. Alright, well then we're just dead. But we were going to be dead, I think, either way in that situation. Plus, if they have a spell. Yeah, the Firebending lesson was the brutal. It was the back that broke our skins. We take that, take that. Don't concede early. We make them do it. They'll never concede. Okay, the attacks are declared. We're dead. Ah, close one. Close one. Very, very close. No, they had the answers. And our hand was a little tough to begin with, but it was like good enough to keep. Yeah. Blasting Jelly, Mechanist, Downfall, Glider Staff. This seems like a very strong hand with more or less the 4 colors that I am. So we keep this. What sequencing should I do? Saving the Blasting Jelly for after I casting the Mechanist seems ideal. If I draw a good 2-drop, I can cast that off of the planes regardless of what I do. The same cannot be said about a blue. So, Tail's pretty good too. Would I play the Mechanist into Quench? The answer is yes. Or the answer is I didn't need to. May 2/2 first strike. When you cast a spell, takes 2 damage. This is a free attack, and if they use a spell, I'm pretty okay with that. So here I can go June. I can attack with the Mechanist. Then Fire Nation Engineer it as a 2/4. That doesn't seem super strong, but it still blocks May. And if they had a trick like Azula, whatever, they probably would have cast it last turn, if I had to take a wild guess, because Mechanist is a very strong card. So the question is, do I want to get 2 bits of value off of this thing, or just the 1? I think I'm good with just the 1. Ouch. Because now I can block, take 2, block the Iguana Parrot. Spirits, whatever, whatever. Kind of a strange set of cards to play together, but you know what? Prowess plus May. Sure. Oh, it's artifact token. I see. I was gonna try to make this a flyer and then attack with that, but apparently you can't do that, so. Invasion Submersible Bounce Maiteo. Doesn't really get them anywhere. Waterbending is artifacts and creatures, so the Spirit Oasis doesn't tap that for it, so maybe attack with this guy. Doesn't matter if they block. Fancy footwork here. Probably not. Alright, they hit their 4th land. I can airbend their May. They have a lot of mana too. I think we just go land. May pass. Now we've got 2 good bits of interaction. We've got a few different threats in a couple different directions. Court official making us lose our epic downfall. Huh? They have a Quencha, it looks like, maybe? Funny thing is I can now block, or I can cast the farm animal to get rid of a Spirit Oasis. Teo plus June is a good combination. I don't actually need to do anything extra. And now I can pass with Merchant, Airbending, Lesson, Blasting Jelly up. Seems pretty good. And we're diversifying our counters on creatures. We have Teo being pretty good in the air. Zula. She gets to eat a farm animal, a Fire Nation engineer. And we have 2 bits of airbending to get around that. None of these have great ETBs, that's the thing. So I'm going to airbend, I think. I think we do airbend just to see a card. I'm going to lose some life on this. I do have the glider staff as well. That doesn't work the way I want it to work. Yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty content. Give them a curious farm animal. That doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright, fighting for the marbles here. Well, not all the marbles, but half the marbles. White, green, June, Bossing Say, Earth Kingdom, Kyoshi Warrior. In Earth Airbend, their first thing. I mean, my hand has 3 rares in it. That seems quite good. On the draw, if they cast something aggressive, Ascension is good. That's a good follow-up. Plains is an alright draw, I suppose. Yeah, we just buy time here. Delay as much as we can. Missing the land drop is a little tough. I'm actually pretty okay with this. I actually get to do something pretty cute. If they tap out, I'm going to go for the Earth King plus reinforcements. Get two 4/4s, but if they don't, then I will acquiesce. Fine. A lot of life. I think we chill. Just play Kiyoshi, trying to bounce something here. Well, they have Origin and Metal Bending it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If I draw land, I can, well, if they kill the Kiyoshi, then that doesn't work. Long Fang. That's very good too. Deadly Precision, kill my Kiyoshi, attack me for 3 Beifongs, Bounty Hunters for whatever. Pretty good. Earthbend 5, effectively. Very good. Yeah, we are in a lot of trouble here. I mean, Earth King make a 4/4. I think I chump the 5 power and we take 7. That's feels awful. Okay, well, them having the answer to my card was quite good. If that's all they have, maybe this is enough to hold them back. Perhaps I should have considered the 4/1 a bit more. Hog Monkey. Creatures with +1/+1 counters get menace effectively. Whenever another creature or land is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a counter on something else. Then this is non-land, so I probably am obliged to double block. I only lose one of my 2 things, which I guess is better than taking 5 going to 6. That seems pretty unwinnable. That shoe's getting big. Access to 5 mana. And Bossing Say make a 2/2. Bossing Say might... Probably not, but maybe it's good enough. If they're not too aggressive, we could be okay. I can equip and then on the 2/2 play the Engineer and make our flyer the thing. But then they make this a 5/3 and they get in there for a lot. I could probably chump that for a minute, but talking about like turning the corner, try to attack them back and get some value. I think that might be what I have to do. If they attack with everything, we'll see. So we equip, we engineer, put the counters on, I guess, the Earth King. That gives me 2 things to block. I take 8, 10 potentially. That being said, I guess this guy blocks the Long Feng, which is good. Oop, that's bad. Don't tap like that. We did use a lot of time there. I didn't need to use that last bit, but Palace Inspector is a good one. Okay, well that's pretty good. Guess I could have drawn one more card. I was gonna play that anyway. Two five is pretty relevant. I guess I would have discarded June. Okay, what's the good blocks? Like 5. Any other route has been just taking 1.5 million damage. Yeah, they really should have done it pre-combat. You can hit them for a decent amount here. Daily agents, all that. They should have definitely done that first. Okay, curious farm animals in June, huh? That will kill me. So I guess we do need to just do that. That is not good enough. Yeah, we can't quite deal. I mean, we had 6, 7 damage. We can go up to 5. We block a little bit, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So I go to 1 by default, and I just don't have enough things to block. I probably shouldn't mulligan or concede early, but that one feels like, yeah, wow. All right, well, good for them. Get a good draw. I think my draw did work out, but had I not had to be so defensive, I could held this for a later period, and then maybe we would have gotten to go off. But yeah, that's close. It's kind of a close one. Could have like chumped and then blocked to gain some life. So it was very close, closer than I think I had any right to be. Okay, how'd we end up? Oh, that was 5 wins, which brought us to 10,800 gems in 24 packs, which is about I mean, assuming you have the full set, which I don't, but I will soon enough. That's an extra 480 gems, so that's close to 1120, 11,200 and something gems, and some mythics and stuff too. But so technically, we profited off this one. We went just lost 4,000 right away, so we're still down about 1,000 gems. So all things considered, not too bad. I think we built a fairly decent deck, given the constraints that we had. We had a lot of good stuff going on. The fact that we could play Jet and Azula as well as like bossing Sail and like not be ridiculous. Like I think we played to our best cards and we got there in a lot of the situations and then we just didn't get there twice. And I think that's a pretty good result for the deck. I think I would have been happy if I hit at least eights. This deck felt like it was supposed to win some games of sealed and then lose to the decks that were very aggressive like they were. Had I sacked? Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, had I just gotten rid of the 3-1 and then they had not gotten to Earthbend 5 as a result, I think that game completely changes. So that's probably on me. Because they sacked their thing, killed my 3-3, and that's all in hindsight. My game plan was I was going to get an extra guy from the Suki, or Kyoshi Warrior rather. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this video. It's already kind of long, but this was a fun one. Did all right, and I think we're gonna be able to do some more tomorrow. So I'll see y'all on the flip side.